All right, gentlemen, let me ask you something straight. Do your mornings feel different now compared to years ago? You know exactly what I mean. The energy, the confidence, even those natural signals that once came without effort, they do not always show up anymore. What if I told you that the very cup of coffee you already drink every morning could become more than just a wake-up drink? With just one simple change, it could support your blood flow, stabilize your energy, and even restore some of that lost vitality. This is not about expensive pills or quick fixes. It is about working with your body in the most natural way possible. If you are curious whether something as small as your coffee could truly help you feel stronger and more alive, you are in the right place. Comment the number 1 below. If you have noticed your mornings are not what they used to be, and hit, like if you believe everything is still fine. I am Dr. Laura Bennett, a urologist who has spent the last 12 years sitting across from thousands of men facing the same challenges you might be experiencing right now. I want you to know that you are not alone, and you are not broken. Every week in my practice, I see men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who walk in with the same quiet frustration. They tell me they feel tired by mid-morning, they push through the day with less focus. And when it comes to intimacy, they hesitate because their body no longer responds the way it once did. Many of them arrive expecting a prescription as the only answer. But over time, I have learned that real solutions do not always come from a pill bottle. Sometimes the most powerful tools are found in the small habits we repeat every day. Coffee is one of those habits. The problem is that plain coffee only provides a temporary boost. It jolts your system for a short while, then leaves you flat and reaching for another cup. This spike and crash cycle is not just tiring, it hides the deeper issue of declining testosterone and stiffening blood vessels that naturally come with age. My mission is to help men like you take back control, not with drastic changes, but with smarter, science-backed choices that fit easily into your routine. Most men over 50 believe that starting the day with a strong black coffee is the key to staying sharp. They pour cup after cup, thinking that caffeine alone will carry them through the morning. But here is the painful truth, relying only on coffee. Without balance is one of the habits silently draining your strength. Coffee gives you a temporary surge, yes, but the crash comes quickly. Your heart races, then slows. By late morning, you are yawning, your focus slips, and your body feels heavy. For some men, this cycle repeats day after day until fatigue becomes the new normal. One of my patients, a 60-year-old construction supervisor, came to me complaining that by lunchtime he could hardly keep his eyes open. He was embarrassed to admit that in the evenings when his wife wanted closeness, he had no energy left. He blamed age, but the truth was that his daily routine of 2 or 3 cups of plain coffee was giving him quick spikes that masked deeper problems. His blood sugar was unstable, his circulation was weakening, and his testosterone levels were sliding lower every year. These changes do not announce themselves with alarms. They creep in silently, until one day you notice that your mornings feel dull, your afternoons drag, and your confidence at night is slipping away. This is not just about energy. It is about identity, about how you see yourself as a man. If you have ever felt that same slump after coffee, or that same hesitation in intimacy, you are not alone. Comment the number 2 if you recognize yourself in this story, and if you believe this has never been your struggle, tap like so we can see the difference. Think of your body as a finely tuned engine. When you were in your 20s and 30s, it could run smoothly on almost any kind of fuel. But after 50, things change. Imagine putting regular gas into a sports car that was built for premium fuel. It will still run, but not with the same power, not with the same speed. And eventually the wear shows. That is what happens when you rely only on plain coffee. Caffeine provides a quick jolt, like stepping on the accelerator, but it does not repair the pipes, the wiring, or the fuel system that truly keep the engine strong. Inside your body, two things begin to shift with age. First, your testosterone slowly drops every single year. Studies show that by age 60, the average man's levels are already 30% lower than in his prime. Testosterone is not just about desire. It drives muscle strength, energy, and even mood. Second, your blood vessels begin to stiffen. The small arteries that carry blood to vital areas, including the ones responsible for erections, lose flexibility. And when they cannot expand the way they used to, circulation suffers. This is where nitric oxide comes in. Nitric oxide is like the signal that tells your vessels to open up and allow blood to flow freely. In youth, your body produces plenty of it, but after 50 production can drop nearly in half. Without enough nitric oxide, it becomes harder to maintain strong circulation. Plain caffeine does nothing to restore nitric oxide or protect testosterone. That is why many men drink cup after cup and still feel drained, weaker, and less responsive than before. What your body truly needs is not more stimulation, but smarter support ingredients that help your blood vessels stay flexible, that encourage natural hormone balance, and that give steady energy without the crash. This is why adding just one or two specific elements to your morning coffee can change everything. If you have ever wondered why the same coffee that once fueled you now feels weak, leave a comment with the number 3. If you believe coffee alone is still enough for you, hit like. Your answer will tell me exactly where you are on this journey. Here is the encouraging part. You do not need to turn your entire life upside down to begin seeing results. The fastest way to test what your body is capable of is to make one small change that fits right into your daily routine. That change can be as simple as adding a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon to your morning coffee. Cinnamon may sound too ordinary to make a difference, but science proves otherwise. Research has shown it can lower fasting blood sugar by up to 29%. Why does this matter for men's health? Because unstable blood sugar slowly damages the tiny vessels that supply blood where you need it most. Those vessels are thinner than a strand of hair, and once they harden, circulation suffers. Cinnamon also has natural compounds that relax blood vessels and encourage your body to release nitric oxide, the very same pathway that prescription drugs target. The result is steadier energy, better blood flow, and a calmer mind. One of my patients, a 58-year-old contractor, tried this for 2 weeks. Before he would crash after lunch and often fall asleep in his truck. After adding cinnamon, he noticed that his afternoons were sharper, his energy no longer disappeared, and his confidence with his wife began to return. He did not change anything else in his diet or exercise routine. The only difference was that little scoop of spice in his coffee. That is the power of starting small. I encourage you to try the same. For the next 7 days, add cinnamon to your morning cup. Notice your energy, your focus, and your mood. Write down what you feel. Small adjustments like this are the stepping stones to bigger victories. If you are ready to give it a try, comment with the number 4, so I know you are in. If you are still unsure, hit like and watch how others report their results. Short-term fixes can give you a taste of what is possible, but lasting change requires a system. Think of it as building a foundation instead of patching leaks. When we combine several natural supports, the benefits amplify each other and create steady results over weeks and months. The 5 ingredients I recommend work like pillars that hold up your health. Cinnamon, as we already covered, stabilizes blood sugar and protects delicate blood vessels. Cocoa powder is the second pillar. Rich in flavonoids, it boosts nitric oxide production and helps arteries stay flexible. One clinical trial showed men who consumed cocoa daily had blood flow improvements similar to some medications, but without the side effects. Cocoa also lifts mood by releasing feel-good compounds, which matters because performance is not only physical, it is mental. The third pillar is Maca, a root from the Andes known as natural vitality food. Instead of forcing blood flow, Maca supports the brain's hormone centers, encouraging your body to make more of its own testosterone. Over time, this restores energy, desire, and stamina in a balanced way. The fourth pillar is coconut oil, or MCT oil. Healthy fats are the raw material your body needs to manufacture hormones. If you have been avoiding fats for years, your system may have been running short on essential building blocks. A teaspoon blended into coffee provides steady fuel and supports testosterone production. Finally, there is ginger, a spice used for thousands of years that acts like rocket fuel for circulation. Studies show it can raise testosterone by protecting testicular cells from oxidative stress and by increasing the hormones that trigger production. Now let us put these pieces together into a plan. In week 1, add cinnamon daily. By week 2, keep the cinnamon and introduce 1 teaspoon of cocoa. Week 3, add maca 3 times that week. By week 4, experiment with ginger or coconut oil depending on your taste and comfort. Layering them slowly prevents digestive issues and lets your body adjust. One of my patients, a 54-year-old teacher, followed this routine. At first, he noticed only steadier mornings. By the second month, his focus returned, his workouts improved, and he told me it felt as if someone had switched the lights back on in his mind. His relationship with his wife deepened again because he no longer felt drained by evening. This is the kind of sustainable success that comes when you build on multiple supports instead of chasing quick jolts. Each ingredient alone has merit, but together they create momentum. Think of it as tuning an orchestra. A single instrument can play a melody, but when all join together, the music fills the room. Your body responds in the same way. If you want to take control of your health beyond short bursts, commit to this 4-week progression. Start small, expand gradually, and pay attention to how you feel. Your energy, mood, and confidence will guide you better than any chart. And when you do notice changes, share them. Comment below with the number 5 if you are ready to build your own system step by step. If you are still gathering courage, press like and follow along as others share their progress. Gentlemen, let me close with this. Getting older does not mean surrendering your strength or accepting decline as your fate. Your body is still capable of remarkable things if you give it the right support. A cup of coffee can remain just a habit, or it can become a tool for renewal. The difference is in what you choose to add. Cinnamon, cocoa, maca, coconut oil, and ginger are not exotic cures. They are simple foods that cultures have trusted for centuries, and science now confirms. You do not need all of them at once. You only need the willingness to start with one and stay consistent. Small changes compound over time, and before you know it, energy, focus, and confidence return. So here is my challenge for you. For the next 30 days, pick one ingredient and add it to your coffee every morning. Record your energy, mood, and performance. At the end of the month, look back at your notes and see the difference for yourself. Comment the number 6 if you are ready to take this challenge. If you are hesitant, simply like this video and watch the stories that others share. Sometimes the courage of one man inspires another to begin. If today's message resonated with you, subscribe for more real talk about men's health after 50. Share this with a friend who might need it. The best gift you can give someone is information that restores hope. Remember, decline is not destiny. Small changes lead to big results. Disclaimer: this video is for informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult your physician before making changes to your health routine.